What if I told you that Nagi holds the key to completely changing Blue Lock forever, and there's a hidden side to him that could take his game to an entirely new level? Now let me explain. So Nagi's journey through Blue Lock has been a striking example of raw talent meeting gradual development. When he first entered the competition, Nagi had no real passion for soccer. His disinterest was obvious. He preferred to live a quiet, easy life, and barely showed any drive to improve. However, from his first appearances on the field, it became clear that his natural talent was undeniable. His effortless control, lightning-fast reflexes, and precision were enough to make him stand out even without much effort on his part. So, one of the most pivotal moments in Nagi's early progression came during his match against Team Z in the first selection. Despite his laid-back attitude, Nagi's performance was extraordinary. His ability to take the ball from impossible angles and control it with pinpoint accuracy made him a formidable opponent. In particular, his calm yet spectacular first touch, which often led to goals, demonstrated the unique style of play that he's become known for: smooth, effortless, and unpredictable. This match showcased just how naturally gifted Nagi was, even if he wasn't fully motivated to push himself yet. But it was the loss to Team Z that sparked something deeper within Nagi. For the first time, he experienced the frustration of defeat. This moment marked a key shift in his mindset. After realizing that raw talent alone wasn't enough to guarantee a victory, we start to see glimpses of Nagi's untapped potential. He began showing more initiative, especially in the second selection, where he started to think more strategically on the field and even broke away from relying solely on his partner, Rio. This was a clear sign of evolution. He was no longer content with simply coasting through matches. So, though Nagi still maintains his laid-back persona, the flashes of brilliance we've seen during key moments hint at such a much deeper level of skill waiting to be unlocked. His journey through Blue Lock so far has been awakening, with brief but powerful glimpses of his hidden potential emerging in the heat of competition. These glimpses of Nagi's hidden potential lead us to a key concept within Blue Lock: the monster that lies within every player waiting to be unleashed. In Blue Lock, the concept of the monster refers to the untapped, raw potential that lies deep within each player, the driving force that can push them beyond their limits and transform them into the ultimate striker. For some, the monster is a fierce, burning desire to win at any cost. For others, it's a relentless hunger for self-improvement. In Nagi's scenario, the monster is different. It's quieter, it's almost dormant, but just as dangerous. Unlike players who constantly strive to unleash their inner beast, Nagi's monster lurks beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to awaken. Now, there have been subtle hints throughout the series that suggest Nagi's potential goes far beyond what we've already seen. His extraordinary technical skills, reflexes, and game sense are clear signs that he operates on a different level from most players. Yet, despite his laid-back demeanor, Nagi has shown that when he's pushed to his limits, something powerful stirs inside him. His sudden bursts of motivation during high-stakes moments reveal that his monster is much alive, waiting to break free. Now, one key moment that points to this hidden power is during the match against Team Z, where Nagi first tasted defeat. After being defeated by Yoichi Isagi, Nagi first experienced frustration for the first time, a frustration that ignited a spark within him. Instead of retreating to his usual indifferent state, Nagi began to show signs of change. He started taking the game more seriously, pushing himself to do more than just rely on his natural ability. This was the first glimpse of his monster awakening, the start of his transformation from a lazy genius to a player who could become one of the strongest in Blue Lock. Another pivotal moment came during the second selection, where Nagi made the bold decision to part ways with Rio. Up until that point, Rio had been the one to push Nagi, the one to guide him and handle the strategic thinking. But Nagi's choice to stand on his own, to rely solely on himself, was a turning point. It showed that he was starting to tap into something deeper within himself, a desire to compete on his own terms and to prove that he was more than just a follower. This was another flash of his monster-like potential, a sign that Nagi was beginning to take control of his destiny. Even in his interactions with players like Bado and Isagi, we see this monster stirring. Nagi, once indifferent to competition, now actively seeks to challenge and improve himself. His confrontations with Bado, where the two constantly push each other to their limits, are further proof that Nagi's hidden power is awakening. Each time he steps onto the field, that dormant potential gets closer to fully emerging. His unpredictability unpredictability combined with his newfound drive makes him one of the most dangerous players in Blue Lock. So Nagi's monster isn't about raw aggression or fiery ambition. It's a quiet, calculating force that slowly builds with each challenge he faces. The question now is not whether Nagi will unlock this monster, but when. And when he does, the entire competition could be turned upside down. Once Nagi taps into this hidden potential, the entire dynamic of the competition could change. Imagine how the balance of Blue Lock would shift as Nagi becomes a fully engaged and driven player, transforming into a force no one can ignore. The ripple effects could send shockwaves through Blue Lock. Right now, we've seen Nagi rely on his natural talent effortlessly dominating the field. But what if he unlocks the monster lurking within? We're talking about a whole new level of player. A Nagi who's fully engaged, driven, and pushing himself could become one of the most unstoppable forces in Blue Lock. If, and maybe when, Nagi reaches his full potential, his gameplay wouldn't just improve, it would evolve. Up to this point, he's been more reactive, letting opportunities come to him. But a Nagi who actively creates chances, who seeks out ways to outsmart his opponents, would be terrifying. Imagine the creativity we've already seen from him, but supercharged. His quick thinking combined with his insane reflexes and ball control would allow him to dismantle defenses and score goals from positions no one else would dare try. This isn't just about becoming a better player, it's about Nagi rewriting the rules of the game on his terms. But how would this transformation affect his relationships on the field? Players like Rio, who have always had a guiding role in Nagi's journey, would find themselves in an uncharted territory. Rio, once the strategic mind behind Nagi's talent, might struggle to keep up with this new version of his partner. Their dynamic could change dramatically, possibly leading to tension as Nagi no longer needs someone to hold his hand through the game. For Rio, it could feel like losing control of the very weapon he helped shape. On the flip side, Nagi's evolution could create new, exciting rivalries. Isagi, for instance, would be forced to step up even more, sharpening his strategic mind to keep pace with Nagi's unpredictable moves. Their rivalry could become a central focus of Blue Lock as both push each other to their limits. Imagine the intensity of their future matchups. Two players constantly adapting, trying to outmaneuver one another at every turn. This could lead to some of the most thrilling moments we've ever seen in the series. Now, for Nagi's rivals, this change wouldn't be a welcome sight. His unpredictability, which already makes him difficult to deal with, would become nearly impossible to counter. Players like Rin, Itoshi, or Bado would have to rethink everything they know about Nagi, as his newfound hunger to win would make him an even more dangerous opponent. How do you prepare for someone who plays the game like it's second nature, but now with the drive to crush anyone in his way? But this transformation won't come without risks. Unleashing this monster will put more pressure on Nagi, both mentally and physically. He's always been the laid-back genius, and diving headfirst into this competition mindset might test his limits. Can he keep up that intensity game after game, or will it wear him down? The mental strain of being constantly expected to perform at the highest level could be Nagi's biggest challenge yet. But honestly, knowing Nagi's adaptability, if he overcomes these obstacles, he could become a game changer in Blue Lock. His transformation would send a clear message: he's not just here to play, he's here to win. Unlocking his full potential could shift the entire competition, forcing every player to raise their game or get left behind. Nagi's monster could be the spark that changes everything when that happens. The future of Blue Lock is bound to get a lot more unpredictable. If that spark ignites, Nagi's transformation could escalate beyond just personal growth. It would shake the very foundation of Blue Lock. Fully unleashing his potential would plunge the competition into chaos, with every player scrambling to adapt to the new balance of power. Right now, Blue Lock is a ruthless competition where only the strongest rise to the top. Players constantly fight to prove their worth, each with their own unique abilities and strategies. But if Nagi reaches a new level, his impact could alter the balance of powers in ways nobody expects. So for starters, Nagi's evolution would put intense pressure on other players. Right now, many competitors view Nagi as a wild card, someone with immense talent, but not fully committed to the game. But once his potential is fully tapped, he could become a player that the other teams must build entire strategies around just to counter. His creativity on the field, combined with his sharpened focus and hunger to win, would make him a nightmare for defenders and rivals level strikers alike. Teams would struggle to anticipate his next move, knowing that any moment of hesitation could lead them to a game-changing play. Now, in terms of Blue Lock's competition structure, Nagi's transformation could spark a new era of heightened competition. His rise would force every player, including top-tier strikers like Rin Itoshi, to evaluate their approach. While some players might rise to the challenge and adapt to Nagi's newfound power, others could find themselves falling behind. Rivals who previously outmatched him, like Bado, may struggle to keep pace with his rapid growth, while others, like Isagi, could see Nagi's progress as fuel to push themselves even further. The future of Blue Lock could also see a shift in team dynamics. If Nagi embraces a more active leadership role on the field, his influence could reshape how teams operate. Instead of relying on a single, central figure to drive their strategy, teams could become more fluid, with Nagi leading the charge and creating plays out of nothing. His unpredictable style was once just a unique quirk, could become a powerful weapon that changes the rhythm of the game entirely. Teammates would need to adapt quickly to his creative impulses, learning to work in tandem with someone who sees the game on a completely different level. But Nagi's unleashed potential wouldn't just impact his own team. It could dramatically alter the outcome of future matches. Imagine going against a team where Nagi is in full form, a player capable of breaking through defenses with ease, creating opportunities out of thin air, and scoring goals from positions that would seem impossible for anyone else. Teams that don't adapt could find themselves overwhelmed, while those that do might struggle to keep up with the sheer unpredictability and brilliance of Nagi's gameplay. Rivals like Rin Itoshi would be among the first to face the challenge. Rin, known for his relentless ambition and calculated playstyle, would no longer be able to predict Nagi's moves as easily. The battle between these two could reach new heights, with Rin having to rethink his approach every time they clash. Bado, on the other hand, whose strength lies in overpowering others with brute force, might find it difficult to counter Nagi's more fluid and unpredictable style. Nagi's transformation could expose the weaknesses of rivals who rely too heavy on one-dimensional strategies, forcing them to adapt or be left behind again. So, Nagi's evolution has the potential to become a catalyst for a dramatic shift in Blue Lock. His unleashed potential wouldn't just alter his own trajectory, it would push every player, rival, and team to either evolve or risk being eliminated. The entire competition could begin to hinge on how players respond to the emergence of a fully awakened Nagi, turning each match into a test of survival in an environment that's becoming more unpredictable and fiercely competitive by the day. Nagi's natural talent hints at something even more powerful beneath the surface. If that hidden potential is fully realized, the competition could twist in unexpected ways, forcing his rivals to consistently adapt. The unfolding question is, how might Nagi's transformation influence the future of Blue Lock, and what new dynamics will emerge as a result? I really want to hear your guys' comments. So drop a comment below. Do you think Nagi's evolution will redefine the series? And if you're as hooked on Blue Lock as we are, really make sure to hit that subscribe button for more insights and analysis as we dive deeper into the players who could rise to the top. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you guys more than you know. And if you liked my content, make sure to stay tuned for the next one. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.